the praises, the glory belongs to my Lord and Savior. His name is Yahweh, by Sham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Waharakag Kodash. Honors to the apostles that are in the Holy Spirit, and to the hopeful elect across the globe, and to the few, the very few brothers and sisters that are listening and also learning in hopes of being saved within these last days, because you know we're living in the last days of the last days. And we just got to let the Spirit flow, right? Stay prayed up, and we're going to let the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh Shai flow, okay? We're going to go to Psalms 24. It says, since times are not hidden from the Almighty is the Heavenly Father. Why do those who know him see not his days? Some remove landmarks. So you got this latest thing at Venezuela, Madero. Why was that done? Why did Trump seize Venezuela? It's for oil, stupid. Oil and the drugs. Come on, put the pieces together. Venezuela is rich in oil. Okay? Okay? It's rich in oil. And it says some remove landmarks. They seize flocks violently and feed on them. So these people, America, they're known for moving landmarks as well. They're known for that. Removing the landmarks. Removing certain places. They're known for that. They seize flocks violently and they feed on them. So this is what's happened. Madero's been removed and they're going to set up another puppet leader. It happens all the time. It's happened all throughout history. The CIA, they put the CIA, the task force in there. They remove these leaders that don't want to play ball and they just put in a puppet one that's going to actually do what they say. They drive away the donkey of the fatherless. They take away the widow's ox as a pledge. They push the needy off the road. All the poor of the land are forced to hide. This is why you have refugees. This is why. Because they can send economic hitmen in these places and contractors to gain that land, and now you push them out of that land. Right? It's facts. It happens all the time. All the time. Right? And it says, they push the needy off the road, and all the poor of the land are forced to hide, indeed like wild donkeys in the desert. They go out to their work searching for food. This is where you have poverty. Who wakes up and decides one day, I just want to be poor? No one decides that. Only a few do, but no one wants to be poor. The wilderness yields food for them and for their children, and they gather their fodder in the field and glean in the vineyard of the wicked. A lot of this chocolate you're eating, chocolate, check out what it says on the back of it and see where that chocolate's from. 9 times out of 10, that chocolate is from Brazil or some poor place, or Colombia, from the cocoa plants. That's called slave labor. And it all ties into the same thing. Trafficking. All ties into that. Right? It all ties into that. Trafficking. This is the most lucrative business on earth. There's 360 million industry, probably more. Right? What is it? Is by using the most vulnerable within society. And it's not hard to see. Yay. And it's not hard to see. The most vulnerable within society, man. So that's what's happening. You see that pit bull? They're the most vulnerable within society. Right? And that dog would suit me as well. I'm wearing those grey. You see that dog? That pity, man. No, so, hold on. Let me show you this. Let me show you the dog. Come on. a pity right here. No, I better move this. Got my food in it. No. Bro, it's shut. Big ass pity there. Let me just pan the camera. You in the pit balance? Oh, look, it's shut. Yeah, it's a nice dog you got there, man.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, boy. He don't want to see you.
Very friendly from his side. You know? But it's a pit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Them eggs. Never so funny. You know what it is? It's the chicken, isn't it? I bought some chicken.
Oh, you know, just got pocket fork for him here.
And
He smelt it.
Yes.
Come on, leave the chicken alone. Let him do his work.
That's a nice dog, man.
Take care, mate.
Yeah, right. Cheers, mate. So where was I? We're on Job 24. This is Job 24. I'm going to go to verse 5. Indeed, like wild donkeys in the desert, they go out for their work, searching for food and wilderness. And they gather in the fodder and the food and glean in the vineyard of the wicked. They spend the night, naked without clothing. The poverty, that's by design. You got the migrant crisis. That's by design. You have to understand that. Right? It's by design. You look like I don't know. You look like a policeman. I can't trust none of these people, bro. you got the traffickers and all types of stuff's going on. But I keep talking. You know why I keep talking about that topic? Hold on just a minute. Check my walls are still good. You know why? You know why I keep talking about that topic? You know why? Because the Lord wants me to keep bringing it out. Right? The Lord wants me to keep bringing it out. This is about control. The easiest way to control someone is to traffic them. That's one of the easiest ways. That's the easiest way to control. Systematic trafficking. Where you have every car following you, every person following you. That's human trafficking. Don't tell me it's not. That's why when I talk about gang stalking, I don't even call it that. I call it a form of human trafficking. Because if you got thousands of people wanting to see your every move, we're trying to control how you maneuver. So what is that? What would you call it? What would you call it? So then you find out, well, society, they're partaking in that. We're going to continue anyway. They have no covering in the cold. They are wet with a shower. So there's people that is freezing out here. Certain people are homeless. Nowhere to go, nowhere to live. That's why brothers also got to be grateful if you got a roof over your head as well. People that are homeless out here, man. Freezing. They are wet with the showers of the mountains and the huddle around the rock for the want of shelter. You got people in the city of London, right, where the banking, the corporate industry is homeless. No one should be homeless. No one. With the amount of money the elites have, no one should be. They got enough money to feed everybody. Everybody. Some snatch the fatherless from the breasts. Snatch the fatherless from the breasts. That's speaking about children. Fatherless from the breasts. And take a pledge from the poor. I've told you, a lot of these children that you see walking up and down, you might see the so-called father, man holding that child's hand. It's not even the father. It's not even the mother. Right? And they have, believe you me, they have ways where if they want a child, because they have the money, they can separate. Remember, they watch you for a time. They look at the family dynamic. Are you a black sheep? Do you speak to the family? What's your connections with the lodge? And if there's no strong connection, they can separate the child from that family. And now you're out in the world being used and abused. That's why you have to break those cycles of this guy looks shady as well. But I'm not going to pan the camera on him, though. I'm not going to pan the camera on him. Right? This is why you have to be observant. right? Yeah, there is abuse. There is abuse gangs out here. They're called grooming gangs. Grooming gangs, they're the same as abuse gangs, but it's psychological abuse, which ties in with narcissism. It's all the same thing. So one may ask, well, how do you beat that type of thing? How do you beat it? You beat it by stepping into the truth, knowing who you are, and not repeating toxic cycles. That's how you beat it. That's how you beat it. Because it's based on energy. It's based on energy, it's based on trauma bonding, and it's based on a cycle. If people can get you in a cycle of abuse, yeah, there's abuse cults out here. Grooming, that's an abusive cult, a psychological abusive cult. They've been doing these things for thousands of years through witchcraft. Thousands of years. Okay? It's not hard to understand. It's not hard. These women speaking about it, how they were groomed and so forth. They were groomed because they were vulnerable. That's why. And because their connections were cut off. This is what these people do. They will go to people and try to cut off your connections to have you in a vulnerable state. I know, because they tried that rubbish with me. They tried it, but I was able to catch on before it fully manifested. I was able to catch on to it. Okay? I was able to catch on to all these things. And I bet you they're going to send more reinforcements now. Now I'm speaking about this because they also hack. This is all work. Remember, coercive control, it has to be done in a way where nobody else sees it. But they would have to have information, intel, hacking phones, put people around you. Yes, put people around you, right? They can do this. They would have to know everything. This is how this stuff works. They would have to know what you like, what you don't like. This is how proxy, you can even call it proxy abuse. Proxy. You be careful what you're posting on the internet. Because you might have some madman, some psychopath, some creep watching that, man. Some creep. An old child molester watching that. You have to be careful out here. Let's go back to it. So it says they snatch the fatherless from the breasts, and they cause the naked without clothing. They take away the sheaves from the hungry. Sheaves is food. They press out oil within their walls, and tread the wine presses, yet suffer thirst, dying, groan in the city, and the souls of the wounded cry out. Yet God does not charge them with wrong. They are those who rebel against the light, so they're rebelling against the Lord if they're doing this. They do not know its paths, nor abide in its paths. The murderer rises with the light. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, same thing. They're also linked with murderous cults. I've told you about the technology they use, bio frequencies. I've told you about everything. These are murderous cults. It's all tied into the same thing. It's all tied. You're looking 3, 4 different ways. It's the same thing, but it just has a different face. That's all. Just has a different face, right? You never know who someone is. You could be walking past someone, you don't know them until you know them, unless you have discernment. You could have a serial killer walking right past you. You could have a serial killer that's been watching you for 2 years. I don't really speak to people like that. No, times have changed. The love of many is what's cold. You can't just be speaking to anybody and everybody. Protect your peace as well. Protect your peace. Have a bit of self-respect. When things are getting too heated, yeah, that's for you to remove yourself. Yeah, you guard your energy and you remove it because you have self-respect. Remember, Satan can only do to you what you allow him to do. He can only do what you allow him to do. So, example, If you're in a particular place or situation and there's a lot of abuse, what are you gonna do? Just you sit there like a flipping fool? No, you get up because you have self-respect and you move yourself. Simple stuff. So, bro, you can't. It's crazy. The situations, brothers wanna. You have to be able to see it. If you're not seeing it, then I don't know what to say. You don't stay around that, because if you stay around that, okay, all right, is that's what you accept? Okay, fine. We're just gonna keep doing it now. We're just gonna keep doing that. More abuse. Yeah, this abusive cults out here. Are you stupid? A lot of the times because that's what happened to them. That's what happened to them. Some of you were lucky you got away. You got away. So now you have to stay in that healing. Stay. Why do you think I'm here right now? That's part of that healing. The Lord delivered you from something. Why are you going to return back to that? Why are you going to return back to it? That would be silly. I'm venting a bit now. Bro, this truth is more deep than you can even understand. It's deep. Much more deep than you can even imagine. Protect yourself. Pray to Yahawashi. Stop being available. Yeah, there's availability, then there's non-availability. That's respect as well. You're too easily available. That respect is lost now. You gotta do that. You gotta set them boundaries and protect that anointing. Protect that. Because the world is no longer a safe place now. Demons on 90% of the people, there's demons on about 90% of the people there's demons on now. Right? This is Job 24. The murderer, it says, rises with the light. He kills the poor and needy. This happens. The poor and needy, those within the system that don't have no way to get out. And in the night, he is like a thief. The eye of the adulterer waits for the twilight, saying, no, I will see him. This is speaking about a man, a particular man. And he disguises his face in the dark. They break into houses. With this program, you notice that, right? They have keys. They have keys to your house. You hear about that, right? Maintenance workers, construction workers, not just them, gang stalkers. They give an extra key cut to your house. If you're living in a flat, they're giving key cuts to break in, which they have marked for themselves in the daytime. This also goes into abroad as well, which they've marked for themselves. I want that house. This person has, I want that. This happens every day. You also hear about the program. Another thing about gang stalking, say if you're an Israelite man, you have a nice house. I've seen this. You have a nice house. Guess what they can do? They can call up friends, neighbors, and because of that nice house, try to get you kicked out of that house by noise campaigns. And that person, he already has like a policy upon that house to take that house. That's another form of gang stalking. And he will call his friends in that neighborhood to cause havoc in that house. So it says they marked houses for themselves in the daytime. They do not know the lights. For the morning is the same as to them as the shadow of death. They don't know the light. They're in evil. If someone recognizes them, they are in the terrors of the shadows of death. You gotta be careful of these type of people, bro. They should be swift on the face of waters. They hire all types of people with this program. Scaffolders, maintenance workers, witches, warlocks, you name it. Your postman, UPS trucks, Amazon is a big one. Prime Amazon. They use these voodoo doctors, and they like to tamper with your mail as well. This is a spiritual war. This is spiritual war. You hear the noise campaigns as well in the background. You hear the noise campaigns. That's spirits, bro. That's spirits. You hear them sirens. No, trying to mess with people's frequencies. This kingdom is satanic. That's why we gotta be in this words as much as possible, bro. As much as possible. We are being watched, surveilled, monitored by demons. A whole lot of people. A whole lot. A lot of people say, well, what is it? What exactly is it? How is it being done? It's being done by AI. The people, they're controlled by AI. Let's not get that to it. They're controlled by AI. It's technology. There goes the police as well. It's AI, right? And yeah, it is demonic forces as well, but they're being used by these forces, right? They're being used by these forces. Listen, AI is advanced now. It's artificial intelligence. Key intel. It's gathering intel about your movements. Where you're going to next. When you're doing this. What time are you doing it? It's gathering intel. So what they're doing, they're trying to weaponize the intel. Movements, what you're doing, when you do it. It's gathering all these things. Right? How much times you went to that store within a day? How much times you took that route? And this is what the public are you trying to use against you. AI algorithm. That's what they're doing. Let's go to Isaiah now, 14. And it's very demonic. You don't want to be around too much people now. Keep yourself to yourself. Now, one would say that's not good. No, you're being too reclusive. No, it is good. Keep yourself to yourself because times have changed now. There's too many demonic spirits jumping in a lot of people now. Right? We're in that time now. Got spirits jumping in people, man. Body hacking. That's another thing. Body hacking. Through technology, people can be hacked by the enemy. This is real. Alright? This stuff is real. Energy harvesting. This stuff is real. Okay? Sacrificing. This stuff is real. Okay? We're gonna go to Isaiah. Don't lose hope. Do not lose hope. And they wouldn't be attacking you if you were not powerful. You're being attacked because you're powerful. You know things. You're powerful. And you have to what? There's a reason. There has to be. What? Every day. Every day. There's something more going on. If it's every single day. Let's go to Isaiah 14. And we're going to jump straight to 12. How are you falling from heaven, O Lucifer, Lucifer? How are you falling from heaven? He's your higher state. A lot of these people are what you call Luciferians. They worship Satan. They're Satanists. The people that are watching you are Satanists. So it says, Baba Kishar, how are you falling from heaven, O Lucifer? Let that go past. Another police fan. See? Another police fan. So the police are also in on it as well. They're also in on this as well. This is I know it's a society thing. It's a society thing. Okay. How are you fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Lucifer means light bearer. The devil also goes by the name of Lucifer because he's a copycat. But the real Lucifer is Yahawashi, the real light bearer. It's not an evil word. O son of the morning, how are you cut down to the ground? You who weaken the nations, weaken them. So how does he weaken the nations? Debt. By debt. By putting these nations in debt. That's how he's weakening them. A debt-based system. Then they have to pay it back and they never end up paying it back. So because they never end up paying it back, now they become debtors to that nation via America. Okay? How will you cut down to the ground who weaken the nations? For you have said in your heart, I will send into heaven. That's pride. This man has a great deal of pride. He wants to ascend into them heavens, man. He wants to be God. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. Right? It says it. I will exalt my stars above the throne of God. So that's what he wants to do. He wants to exalt himself above God. Because he wants to be God. He stands in the temple as he is God. So that's why he wants full rulership. Cameras, everybody watched, everybody controlled, everybody targeted, which everybody's targeted, by the way. Everybody. By this technology. Some more than others. Okay? And it says, I will also sit on the mount of the congregation of the further sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. See that? It says it. I will be like the Most High. And these people, hold on a minute. A lot of these people that walk past you, how do you know they're not human traffickers? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Huh? I'm just saying. How do you know the people? See, if you're speaking about such topics, are you telling me? Remember that they drive around all day. By the way, they drive around all day, different thousand miles. If you're speaking about that type of thing, it's nothing for these people that drive round, walk around. Okay, we're driving around. That's their profession, right? To drive around. It's nothing for them to hold on wherever you go. Okay, let's follow this person. It's nothing for them to do that. And you don't even know, for 2 or 3 years, you've had human traffickers just following you and watching your every move. It's nothing for them to do that. Easy. Easy. Because that's the profession. To drive from town to town. So it's nothing for them to do that to you. It's nothing. That's easy business because they're professionals at doing that. See, I'm veering off back into that topic again. Baba Gashar. So hold on just a minute. And it says, I will be like the Most High, yet you should be brought down to Sha'al. You're going to be brought down to the grave, man. You're going to be brought down to the grave. To the lowest depths of the pits. Those who see you will gaze at you and consider you saying, is this the man who made the earth to tremble? People are going to start gazing, looking like, no. Is he the one? Baba Kishar. Right? Is he the one that made the earth to tremble? Was it him? People are going to start seeing that now. It wasn't the Negroes that made the earth to tremble. It wasn't the Negroes, was it? That made the earth to tremble. who shook kingdoms, who made the world as a wilderness. Who made the world as a wilderness, brothers? Wilderness. Shook kingdoms. And why don't say the earth as a wilderness? Because the earth's going to be as a wilderness. So more of them coming out now, more of the community agents coming out. Baba Kishar with their headphones on. And a lot of these headphones that they're wearing as well are ECC headphones. EEC headphones. These are cults. I'm just giving you game. You see the headphones some of these people wear? They're known as EEG headphones. Right? Mind control cults. They're a part of. Let's get that correct. Right? Putting you up on game. Well, putting you up on game. Right? Putting you up on game. Them headphones you see are called EEG headphones. Cost some of them a couple hundred, thousands. And they tried to merge it with your brain thinking and your patterns. All these type of things are going on within society. We're living in a new system now. New system, digitalized system, where everything is being monitored. Everything on a graph. Everything on a graph is being monitored. Everything now. Everything you do on a graph. Where you go, what you like to eat, your habits, all on a graph. And destroyed its cities who did not open the house of his prisoners. All the kings of the nations, all of them sleep in glory. Everyone in his house, but you are cast out of your grave like an abominable branch, like the garment of those who are slain. Thrust through with a sword, Baba Kishar, who go down to the stones of the pit, like a corpse trodden underfoot. You will not be joined with them in burial. So this is the judgment for the wicked. It's the judgment. Let's go to Job. What? We went to Job now. This is the judgment of the wicked. Go to Psalms, man. Go to Psalms. This is Psalm 7. And we're going to jump straight to 11. 9. Check this out. Baba Kishar. Oh, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. We want the wickedness of the wicked come to an end, man. We want them not to snuff out all this wickedness they be doing, man. Snuff that out. Get rid of these wicked evildoers, man. Right? And it says, let the wickedness of the wicked come to an end. In other words, put it to a stop, put it to a halt. Right? But establish the just. For the righteous God tests the hearts of our minds. Why? He knows everybody's mind. That should put you at ease. Everybody's mind. You don't have to focus on what the evil are doing to you or trying to do to you, because the Lord knows their minds. You understand? Shouldn't be focused. What's this person trying to do? What's that person trying to do to me? The Lord knows the minds and the hearts of everybody. And it says, and test the hearts and minds, my defense is of God who saves the upright in heart. Key thing. My defense is of God who saves the upright in heart. Key thing. Upright. Right? In heart. So if you're upright, you don't have to worry. You're going to be safe, man. Don't have to worry about none of this stuff. Who's watching you? Who's doing what? Who's trying to set you up? Go about your business and you teach this truth. You think the Lord don't see? He's in control. Satan is not in control, by the way. He's not in control. That's an illusion. All he can do is place people around you to have you thinking they're in control. That's all he can do. You know why? Because if someone's in control, then they're in control. It wouldn't need to be a state of trying to do control. You see? It's bullcrap. It's bullcrap. Here comes the army now. The army are coming in. This is predictable now. All the tactics are just predictable. Right? There goes the army now. You see? Running military psychological operations. You see? You see? And it says God is a judge and God is angry with the wicked every day. Angry, not happy. Angry every single day. So we're supposed to be angry as well. Right? And it says, if he does not turn back, he will sharpen his sword. He bends his bow and makes it ready. This is referring to the missiles and that judgment that's going to come upon the shores of America and the UK and different parts of the world. People are playing about. This is serious out here. We're reading what's going to happen and how to escape these judgments. We're reading that, how to escape it, how to be in a good stead with the Lord before all this goes down. Because we don't want to get caught up in that. Okay, we don't want to get caught up in that. That trouble, right? The destruction, the pestilence, right? We want to be able to be delivered from that. Hold on just a minute. Only a few shall be saved. Only a few, not the many. Not the few shall be saved. Hmm? It's crazy how they target people, though, bro. I think it's crazy how groups of people target other. I think that's crazy. Yeah, but the Lord's got everything under control anyway. Everything, right? So let's go to Second Ezra, and I want to jump straight to 16. For yet greater evils than those which you have seen happen shall be done hereafter. Greater. A great amount of evil is going to be done, which you have not seen. And that's going to be Jacob's trouble, which shall come upon the whole world to try them. Tells you that in Matthew 24. So we're being tried. The elect are being tried. Now you got Park Patrol now. Sure. So the elect are being tried and tested. Okay. And it says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. It says it. Weaker through age as time goes on. Weaker. The elect are not going to be getting weaker. They're going to be getting stronger. Weaker through age. Okay. And it says, check this out. Through age. So much more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein. So it's going to get worse before it gets better. Evils are increasing. So because evils are increasing, our faith is going to have to be more rooted in Yahawashi, rooted in Him as faith increases. So like as evil increases, our faith has to increase. Because if your faith ain't increasing, you're going to start bugging out at the things you're seeing around you. And we don't want to start bugging out. Right? And it says, for the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand, leasing will be lies. For now hasten the vision to come, which thou hast seen. You see? Then answered I before and said, behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me and reprove the people which are present. You have to come out here and start, reproving sometimes. Right? Don't be scared. Don't dim your light. Stop dimming your light because people are feeling uncomfortable. Stop dimming your light because you're being gaslit. Stop dimming your light because you're being gaslit. What are you dimming your light for? Just because people are gaslighting you. Yeah, can you hear these people as well? This woman just said, this woman, I don't even know her, and she's telling me to move on. Why are you telling me to move on for? Why are you telling me to move on for? Why are you telling me to move on for? You see? They're them demonic spirits. This is how powerful brothers are. I don't even know this lady that has the blue woody hat on, and I don't even know her. Wow. This is why you have to step in the truth. So hold on. You got this woman saying, move on. What's that all about? Who's she connected with? Why would she be saying that to a man that has the scriptures in his hand that she doesn't even know? You see? Them spirits would have to know who you are. They have to know who you are. They do that rubbish as well. Move on. She seemed very agitated. Hold on a minute. It's a public park. She's just walking about. She's just walking about. Why is she concerned with what I'm doing? See? You see? You see that wickedness that's in people? Wickedness is spiritual, brothers. It's spiritual. Demons hate truth. They hate light. Because wherever the light is, darkness gets exposed. So we're doing it. That means you know you're doing the right thing. You're doing the right thing. And keep doing what you're doing as well. Because it's working. Brother Kishar. It's working. Don't let people gaslight you. They want to trick you. And the media, that's all witchcraft. The media, guess who's in their heads? The same people, the army, the military. Psychological tactics. They want you to believe you're a failure when you're not. We are winners, we're conquerors, man. That's what they want you to believe about yourself. Projecting. Nothing but projection. See what else we got. Woman telling me to move on. Mind your flipping business, man. And it says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age. And it says, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness, and they that dwell therein are without light. You got these traffickers walking, and you got these people as well, these dark cults as well, man. They're finished, man. They are finished completely, right? And they love to wear them colors, the red and the blue. You're gonna see a lot of red and blue. I've told you about that. I've told you everything you need to know about the program. Red, blue, right? They're gonna use children as well. They're gonna use disabled people. They're gonna use all them things right there, right? And they also got a headset where they're listening to us on these phones as well. They can also hear what we're saying, right? These are cults as well, man. Oh, but cults don't exist. Yes, they do exist. There's even cults within the Christian church as well. You know that, right? And it says, then behold, who shall admonish them? The world is set in darkness. Bro, this is a dark world. It's set in darkness. Set in darkness. So the Lord's uncovering that, and they that dwell therein are without light. No, the reason why that woman was saying that, move on, because she's without the light. She obviously loves darkness, right? She obviously loves darkness. If you're a man of truth, woman of truth, of light, you ain't gonna fool some way when these words come out. You ain't gonna fool some way unless you love darkness. We're coming raw. For the law is burnt, therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of thee. The law is burnt. In other words, they want to get rid of the Bible. They're removing that as well. They want to remove that completely. The Bible. Now they're sending the witches with their dogs now. Bro, I know how this program works. Now they're sending the witches with their dogs and little greyhounds. You know they use animals as well. Bro, we know about this program. We know about this program. And they say the other thing as well. Get mad. Get mad. These people they're psychotic. They're psychotic. And it says, therefore no man knoweth the things that are done of the works that shall begin. Are you listening? But if I have found grace before thee, send the Holy Spirit into me, and I shall write all that have been done in the world since the beginning, which were written. Thy Lord, that men may find thy path, and they which will live in the latter days may live. Yeah, how you living? By being obedient to the law of the Lord, Yahweh. That's how you live. And you don't do that, you die. Yeah, they're sending them more reinforcements now. And it says, and he answered me, saying, go thy way, gather the people, right? And it says, together, and say unto them, but they seek thee, not for 40 days. So wherefore, and come hither, I shall light a candle of understanding in your heart. It says it. So the Lord was going to light a candle of understanding in our minds. So when you get the understanding, that's Yahawashi working upon the minds of the elect through his angels. And it says, something of all thy hearts, which shall not be put out, till the things be performed, which I shall begin to write. And when thou hast done some things, shall thou publish the some things shalt thou shalt secretly to the wise. Tomorrow, this hour, shalt begin to write. Then when I went forth as he commanded, and gathered all the people together, and said, hear these words, O Israel. So this word that we teach is also for Israel as well. That's why it says, hear these words, O Israel. Not all nations, because not all nations can make it. Only the elect are going to be saved. And more hope and more of that elect remnant. And it says, and received the law of life which they kept not, which you also have transgressed after them. It says the law, see they're panicking now. It says the law of life. Right. It says the law of life, bro. This law, brothers, when you keep it, that's how you're given life. When you go outside of that, there's death. We keep the law to the best of your ability. Because there's life that comes with that. Right? Look at them, 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 look at them. But because there's life that comes with that. Alright? Pure life. Alright? Right? That comes with those things there. Right? Probably a corrupt police officer. Don't get it twisted. You got police officers also that are scaring us as well. No, man, listen, we're doing a good thing. My feet are freezing, but we're doing a good thing. So we have to keep it moving. We have to keep it going. Yeah, a lot of these people look like ex-police as well. Some of them. I can't jump to conclude. They might not be. I could be wrong. Right? So where else was we, Baba Kasha? Where was I? Second Ezra 14. I'm gonna jump straight to verse. I lost my train of thought now. I'm 34. There if so be that you will subdue your own understanding. We have to subdue our own understanding to what we think is right. Right? And reform your hearts. Subdue what you've been taught and reform your hearts, your mind. Reformation. The real reformation is coming back to the Lord. You got governments talking about, yeah, this is the reformation. A new government, reformation. The real reformation is Yahawashi. Coming back to the laws, the statutes, the commandments. That's what gives us life. That's the reformation. Re means back. Formation, to put in order. Okay? So the Lord is putting us back in the rightful order. Okay? And it says, Baba Kasha, If you shall reform your understanding, okay, you listen, your hearts, you shall be kept alive. And after death, you shall obtain mercy. With certain brothers, they're going to obtain mercy after death. But after death shall judgment come when we shall live again. And then shall the names of the righteous be manifested, and the works of the ungodly shall be declared. So that all the workings of the ungodly are going to be declared. It says it. Baba Kishah. It's going to be declared. All them workings. Baba Kishah. And it says, let's see what else we got. Let no man therefore come unto me now, nor seek me after those 40 days. So I took the 5 men as he commanded me, and I went into the field and remained there. Why did he go into the field? Because that was a place for him to meditate upon the Lord, upon the scriptures, and to get them revelations. Separation is a major part of this truth. Major part. Okay? And the next day, behold, a voice called me, saying, Ezra, open thy mouth and drink that I give thee to drink. Right? The wisdom, the knowledge, the understanding. Then I opened my mouth, and behold, he reached me a full cup, which was full as it were with water, but the color of it was like fire. And I took it and drank, and when I had drunk of it, my heart uttered understanding and wisdom grew in my breast, for my spirit strengthened my memory. See? This is what happens when you fast. Okay? And it says, and my mouth was opened. It says it. And shut no more. It says it. The highest gave understanding unto the 5 men. And they wrote the wonderful visions of the night that were told, which they knew not. And they sat 40 days. And they wrote in the day. And in that night they ate bread. As for me, I spake in the day, and I held not my tongue by night. In the 40 days they wrote 204 books. And it came to pass, when the 40 days were fulfilled, that the highest spake, saying, the first that thou hast written, publish openly, that the unworthy may read it. But keep the 70 last, when thou mayst deliver them, only to such as be wise among the people. For in them is the spring of understanding, the fountain of wisdom, and a stream of knowledge. And I did so. 1 chapter 15 of 2nd Ezra, chapter 15. Right? Got these cult members back around again. And it says, behold, speak, though in the ears of my people, the words of prophecy. So that's what we're doing. We're speaking in the ears of our people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. These words are faithful and true. Faithful. Nobody can come to me and say, what you're saying is garbage. Or they can, but this is the truth. And we have to be firm in the truth, because as time goes on, you're going to have more spirits that are sent your way to deter you from truth. Okay? So we're going to be firm, okay? Grounded, not easily shaken. Don't let nothing around here shake you. Huh? Don't let none of these people shake you from that faith, man. Okay? Don't let none of these people shake you from your faith, man. That's what they're trying to do. Right? That's what they're trying to do. Shake brothers from their faith. Okay? And they do this stuff as well. Yeah, over. Flatline. Over. No, the Lord decides, man. The Lord decides who makes it and who don't. Brother Gishah, he decides that. Okay? And it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. These words are faithful and they are so true. Okay? Okay? And you got these two old heathers. You got these two old heathers now talking shit. You got these two old heathers talking shit. You know what I'm saying, Mama Kisha? You got them talking shit. And it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. These words are faithful and true. So we can believe on it. We can believe on Yahawashi. Fear not the imaginations against thee. See? They're standing right there. They're having conversations concerning. Don't fear that. Fear not what? Fear not the imaginations against thee. They can come up, conjure up dark spirits. Fear it not. Fear it not. Right? Fear not. Baba Kishad, it says, fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Bro, you're not supposed to be moved by the incredulity, the unbelief. Not supposed to be moved by that. Supposed to be grounded in faith. Not easily shaken, man, by the opinions of the world. They're non-factor, bro. What were they? They're non-factor. Right? And it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So yeah, you got these two women standing behind this bush that are speaking against me. Should I pan the camera? Let me pan the camera. You got these two ladies there speaking against me. I'm panning the camera, they're speaking against me. But the scripture says, don't let the incredulity of them trouble thee. It's not supposed to trouble you. Because you're supposed to be grounded in the faith. They're non-factors. Now they're walking, you're going to see them walk past soon, Mama Kishore. They're non-factors, you see? And they're walking past now. You see? They're non-factors. Rabbi Kishore, don't worry about what your haters, that don't matter. It matters about what you're doing for the Lord Yahawashi. Is he pleased with us? That's all that matters. What's the time? That's all that matters. Alright? Everything else is just garbage. Alright? So we're gonna shut off. And it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Yeah, but he's not doing this, he's doing that. It don't matter. Block all that out. And if you're hearing that, you need to go higher. You need to rise higher. Right? For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. It says it. Behold, saith the Lord Yahawashi, I will bring plagues upon the world. Sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord Yahawashi, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit. Neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. The Lord is not holding his peace no more. The Lord's fed up. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. We're supposed to be complaining in a righteous manner. Complaining. Right? Complaining to the Lord how things are. Complain. Father, complain to the Lord Yahawashi. And when we file that complaint, the Lord's looking at that complaint and seeing if it's if it stands. So that's what we do. We're supposed to complain to the Lord Yahawashi, not murmur. Complain about the injustices that's happening within society. Okay? So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut off here. And Lord willing, this was edifying. And until the next time, shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.